It's your boy Anil, live again for Immunity for the Community podcast. How is everybody doing tonight? How is everybody feeling? I hope you're feeling really well, and I hope you're doing really well in this lockdown. My heart goes out to everybody that's watching, everybody that isn't watching, and I just want to say today is going to be an amazing episode because I'm going to be talking about diet and nutrition and my experiences with diet and nutrition and what you can do to keep yourself healthy in lockdown and what you can eat as a quick meal. I'll go through prep times, I'll go through how to make it, I'll go through how much amount you can have, and how you can keep yourself healthy with good nutrition. So first of all, I want to talk about having green smoothies every day. So with green smoothies, what they do is they help clean out the body at the start of the day. So at the start of the day, when you've just gone to the toilet, you've groomed, you've had a shower, and now you're ready to start your day, you already got some kind of you've already got something left in your body. The body is left. You've gone to the toilet, and now your system is wanting liquids. So instead of having that caffeine straight away, what I would say is have a green smoothie first of all, because what that can do is it can clean out your system from the beginning and it hydrates you for the day. So what I do is I have a green smoothie. I blend celery, just like Mark Hyman said on the Comeback Challenge, and in this one I've actually got spirulina as well. So I start the day off of one blended green smoothie which contains celery as well as spirulina. I knock that back, and then I have my oats in the morning. So the oats that I have in the morning, it's about an ounce of oats. I have that with about 50 grams of blueberries, and then once I get to the office, I start my day. I'm having a cup of tea. Now I want to talk about caffeine. Now this is an interesting topic for all you amazing coffee lovers out there. So from my experience of having coffee, it was lovely when I started having it, but I created an addiction, and I didn't know any better. And one day I went to the doctor, and this is when I was actually ill. And the doctor had said, look, your levels on the inside are acidic. From what I can see, you don't have good alkali levels, you have acid levels. So I didn't understand this. Well, I'm like, well, I'm healthy, I hit the gym, I'm in shape. That was in the time where I'd had lost the 10 stone, and I was really smashing it on the fitness side. So what could that be? Well, the coffee was dehydrating me a lot, and the one thing about coffee is it's actually a diuretic, and what I mean by that is what I learned from the doctors was that actually, because coffee has so much caffeine in it, it straight away goes through your body, so it can fire off the cortisol very fast. The minute you drink it, it doesn't take as much time to pass through your body, and actually coffee has 5 times the strength of a cup of tea. Now that has inspired my switch from coffee to tea, and I don't have as many teas as I want. I may have done that before when I was a student. I may have just seen the cost and been like, oh okay, hey, I feel like it, let's go. Oh, okay, yeah, I did that coursework, let's go. But now I'm a lot more mindful of it, and I'm only going to have 3 cups of tea a day at most. Two if I'm very strict. 3 is okay. So what I would tend to say is have 1 cup of tea in the morning. You can have one in the middle of the morning, early afternoon, and then I'd say have one around 3 o'clock ish, mid-afternoon, when you need that little bit of alertness and boost to get you through the last hurdle. But I just want to say, you want to be able to train yourself off of relying on coffee and caffeine too much. It's a slow process. If you're not ready to totally detox from it, just take small steps and just get to a place where you're not dependent on it, almost like you're dependent on water. Now I'm going to come to water. Now you got to stay hydrated in order to keep fit during this lockdown. So what I would say is drink 2 liters of water a day. You start your day at work. Let's say you start your shift at 9 o'clock. I'd have 500 ml of water at 9 o'clock. I'd wait until 11, maybe have another 500 ml. You could have that 500 ml as dilated. As juice alongside your lunch, and then you could have another 500 ml sort of 3 o'clock, and then you can have 500 ml with your dinner. And so that gets you 2 liters of water in a day. Now it splits it up. See where people go wrong and where people feel the pressure is, oh, I gotta have 2 liters right away. You don't want to do that. You just want to spread it out. See, if you spread out your volumes of food, you spread out your volumes of liquid, that's how you maintain a healthy diet and nutrition, and that's how you maintain your body and you get the right amount of calories. It's when we just pile it in too soon, that's where we go wrong. So yeah, I just want to talk through a dinner that I have that's a main staple that has kept me healthy during this lockdown. It has kept me healthy for the last 10 years. I have a dinner that is mainly chicken, broccoli, carrots, and potatoes. And I've reduced the portions over the years because I lost the weight, so I don't have to rely on as much chicken. And I was inspired by that documentary Game Changers, and seeing how you don't actually need as much meat as you thought, and you can get your proteins from your vegetables. Now I'm not here saying that's what I'm going by, but I think over time I have had more kind of I have not relied as much on meat. I may have had more meat in the beginning, but anyway, what I want to go through is how I make it, how much I have, what my portions are, and when I have it. So over here I have potato wedges, so I want you to see that those are potato wedges, or take out the package, and you can see I've cooked these potato wedges at home. So what I do is I go to Morrison's and I get a bag of potatoes that are 150 at most, and I take that home, and I then cut up one potato that could be at most 100 to 150 grams. I microwave that for 4 minutes. I put a bit of oil on the pan. Now it's a very small amount of oil. It's like a drop. It's only like that much, and that's all you need. You heat up the pan, you spread the oil around the pan, and you put the microwaved potatoes into the pan. And so that way you then have the same effect as having chips, but you're actually making homemade potato wedges. So it gives you that same taste. A lot of people love their chips. It's the British way, isn't it? We love our chips. We'll down a pack of chips instantly. But what we have to do is create that same feeling in a healthy way. So with a small amount of oil, you saute those chips in that oil. You get a nice golden brown texture. Again, have a look here. You can see it's a nice golden brown texture. It's not burnt. It's not too light on the texture. It's just right. And that, when you have it fresh, that will taste amazing. Trust me, you can have that and you're going to enjoy that. And that's going to give you that satiety that you want, that you would get anyway from chips, except you're doing it healthy. And so now I'm going to go on to the vegetable portion. So what I do with the vegetables is I have broccoli and carrots. So just to go through how I make these, it's very simple. So I go to Morrison's from my shop for the week, and I buy one floret of broccoli, and I buy a bag of carrots. That won't cost me more than £2 at most. Floret of broccoli is what, 55p nowadays, 65p, and that gives you, if you're having 3 portions from that, let's say a broccoli floret is 330 grams, you can get 3 portions, each being roughly 100 grams, and that's a pretty good bargain. You have carrots. Now a bag of carrots, that's £1.50, and you have lots of carrots in there, and all you really need as far as portions is about 100 to about 150 grams of broccoli, depending on where you are, of course, in your journey. If you need a bit more calories because you're at the start of your weight loss journey, I get it. You may need more till you can wean yourself off of it. I totally understand it. And then for carrots, you want to have probably 100 to 150 grams. So you cut them up into those shapes. You can peel the carrots, cut them up. You can cut up the broccoli floret. You put that in the pan, you boil some water, and you boil your veg on high heat for 5 minutes. Once they're ready, once you can poke through them with your knife and you know that they are ready and they're cooked, you sieve them out, and that is your portion of vegetables.